The Simpsons, The Forgotten Characters. Character ranking. The characters nobody talks about, but we should. Most people only focus on the legends. Homer, Bart, Burns, Ned, Sideshow Bob. The ones everyone knows. This time, let's dig deeper. These are the characters Springfield has forgotten. The ones who've been in the background for 30 years. Unnoticed, unappreciated, underrated. And by the end of this video, one of them will look very different. Let's find out who actually belongs here and who's just been taking up space. Zero Aura Zone, Eleanor Abernathy.
I might even get a second cat.
The crazy cat lady and cat tossing champion of Springfield. Let's start with someone who actually supposed to be a cautionary tale, but somehow became a tourist attraction.
Hello, Joe.
Eleanor Abernathy, medical degree from Harvard, law degree from Yale, belongs to the top 0.01% of society on paper. And then, wine got in the way. Cats got in the way. The sequence of events is unclear. She now runs through Springfield hurling cats over rooftops and at strangers as if they were furry grenades with personal grudges. Cats in everyone's pants. That's a direct quote from a Harvard doctor. The thing is, there's a truly tragic story hidden there. Eleanor is completely burned out. She's given up on everything. And she ended up in a world where her only companions are animals that don't even want to be thrown. But charisma? No. You can't command a room when you smell like 12 cats and your entire political platform consists of even more cats. She ran for mayor. Springfield was almost ready to vote for her. That says more about Springfield than it does about Eleanor. Zero charisma, F tier. Üter Zörker, the saddest candy buffet in all of Springfield.
Let's see. Our foreign exchange student Üter has chosen Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but this is just an empty box.
I begged you to look at mine first. I begged you.
Exchange student from Germany. At least that's how the writers imagine Germany. His name is Üter because someone on the writing team randomly typed umlauts and called it research. His entire personality, food. His entire contribution, offering people his Alpenmilch chocolate bars in a way that makes everyone deeply uncomfortable. Would you like to nibble on my Alpenmilch bar? Nobody wants that, Üter. He has completely disappeared from the series. Last seen, trapped in a ventilation shaft, wrapped in a spider web. This isn't a running gag anymore. This is a cold case. Zero aura. So I don't end up in a ventilation shaft, subscribe to the channel, and maybe stop by and see me every now and then. Low aura, F tier. Ralph Wiggum, the purest soul in Springfield.
Take out your red crayons.
Miss Hoover?
Yes, Ralph.
I don't have a red crayon.
Why not?
I ate it.
And possibly the most unappreciated. Ralph Wiggum operates on a frequency no other human can access. My cat's breath smells like cat food. Me failing English? That's impossible. I'm a doctor. I have the diploma. These aren't jokes. This is his reality. He isn't stupid, he's just somewhere else. Tuned into a completely different channel than the rest of humanity.
Hello, Ralph. When I was little, I used to play by myself, too.
Your hair is tall and pretty.
The fascinating thing about Ralph, he completely is immune to embarrassment. You can't humiliate Ralph Wiggum. He doesn't recognize the coordinates of humiliation. That's almost a superpower, but charisma requires awareness. You can't command a space you don't even know you're in. Ralph is the most peaceful person in Springfield. He's just also thinks he's a crayon is a legal tender. Little charisma, but genuinely loved, which honestly counts for something. D tier, the middle tier. Dr. Julius Hibbert, IQ of 155, top surgeon, reliable in a crisis. And then he opens his mouth.
Injections directly into Bart's spine. Should get the job done.
Ho, ho, ho. Every single time, without exception. You've got 3 bullets in your stomach? Ho, ho, ho. Your house just burned down. Ho, ho, ho. He once told Marge that Homer was dead, as an April Fool's joke, and laughed about it. You're a doctor with a stethoscope and a death sentence delivered like a department store Santa at a mall. In his defense, he actually saves lives. He's there when you need him. He performs surgeries correctly. He just delivers the diagnosis like a department store Santa at a funeral. Middle tier, because reliability counts, but so does bedside manner. C tier, Captain Horatio McCallister, the sea captain. On the water, truly intimidating. He's got the wooden leg, the pipe, that yarrr. Every sailor cliche he carries with full conviction.
When ye can buy a houseboat. Excuse me.
You'd believe any story he tells. You'd follow him across the ocean. As soon as he has solid ground under his feet, he collapses faster than the Titanic without the iceberg. He manages that all on his own. The man owns a restaurant called the Flying Dutchman. I hope the name isn't a sign of things to come to his restaurant. He has a glass eye, or two. The number changes depending on the story he's telling. His charisma entirely depends on the setting. At sea, a real presence. At the supermarket, cringeworthy. C tier, but only when sailing. Okay, we've reached the halfway point of the Forgotten, and the best is yet to come. Click subscribe now because the next two characters are the ones that everyone overlooks, and they're the most interesting people on this entire list. Solid aura. Otto Mann. Walkman on, reality off, hair everywhere. Otto has exactly one rule in life: don't deliberately wreck the bus.
Okay, Mr. Sun, give me what you got.
His record, 15 accidents, 0 fatalities, which is basically a perfect safety record. He has a gun under his seat, his fridge contains mustard and old motorcycle magazines, he drives 30 kids to school every day while his mind drifts somewhere between a Metallica concert and a drug-induced vision quest. And yet, the kids respect him, not because he demands it, but because he genuinely doesn't care what others think. That's complete unironic authenticity? That's aura. Not a sophisticated aura, not a powerful aura, but a genuine aura.
Oh, I think I ran over a moose.
This is for every bus driver, lunch lady, gym coach.
And in Springfield, authenticity is rare. Solid B tier. Duffman. Oh yeah. Duffman isn't a person, Duffman is a concept. A religion. A lifestyle. A 200-pound marketing campaign in spandex and anabolic steroids.
Does anyone in this bar love Duff?
Hey, it's Duffman!
No.
Wherever he shows up, it's party time. His aura says, I'm going to alter your state of mind. And for about 30 seconds, he's right. Here's the problem. Take away his costume, remove the logo, take away his beer. What's left? A guy standing alone in a room saying, oh yeah. His charisma belongs to the brand, not to him. Duffman has no charisma. Duffman is someone else's charisma, rented by the hour. There's almost something sad about that. A man so committed to a role that you really don't know if there's anyone at home underneath it. B tier, the aura is real, the person isn't. Marge Simpson. Let's talk about the most underrated person in Springfield. Marge is 5'5" without her hair. With it, almost 6'3". A single strand of that hair is longer than most of my relationships. She hides money in there. Objects, probably unresolved traumas by now.
But we can't afford $90, even if it is a bargain. It wouldn't be right to buy something just for me.
Marge has been dyeing her hair blue since she was 17. That means this isn't a hairstyle, it's a long-term psychological commitment expressed through hairspray. On paper, Marge has no power. She can't really say no. She'd rather vote for both candidates because they both seem nice. But here's what Marge actually is. She's the only reason Springfield still exists. Homer runs after chaos as if it owes him money. Bart tears down every structure he touches. Burns actively tries to ruin the quality of life for everyone within a 30-mile radius. And Marge? Marge holds it all together. Without drama, without recognition, without anyone noticing. The woman has survived Homer's gambling addiction, his numerous near-death experiences, his brief career as a food truck operator, a pet lobster that became an emotional crutch, and at least 4 separate existential crises involving monkeys. She still cooked dinner. That's not a weakness, that's the most enduring form of strength the entire series has to offer. High-level aura, A tier. Kang and Kodos. Citizens of Earth, your attention please. While Springfield collapses in on itself every week, these two watch the proceedings from orbit, with contempt, with boredom, with a telescope trained on our worst moments. Humanity is not their enemy, humanity is their entertainment. They replaced Bill Clinton and Bob Dole and ruled the entire country. Nobody really cared. Don't blame me, I voted for Kodos. Their political philosophy, abortions for some, miniature American flags for others. That is sarcasm on a cosmic scale, operating on a frequency for which democracy is simply not equipped. They have conquered, been defeated, been ignored, returned every single Halloween with the same unfazed energy. That's tenacity, that's aura. High aura, A tier. S tier, Maggie Simpson. Pacifier in the mouth, eyes open, threat level unknown. Let's get clear on what Maggie Simpson actually is. She appears to be a baby, sleeps 80% of the time. She doesn't speak. Her average IQ, 167. She plays the saxophone, she can juggle 4 pool balls, she can drive a car. She has handled firearms, military standard. Maggie led a full-blown baby revolt that saved her father from a kidnapping. Maggie shot Mr. Burns over a lollipop. Think about that for a second. Every adult in Springfield is afraid of Mr. Burns. Politicians, lawyers, the mafia. Burns has power over all of them. Maggie looked at him, pulled the trigger, and went back to sleep. The most dangerous person in Springfield spends most of her time being carried around. And the 20% of the day when she's actually awake, that's more than enough. Her gaze doesn't ask if you think she's cute. Her gaze decides if your time's up. S tier, no question. Special category, Frank Grimes. And now the most important character the Simpsons ever created. Not the most powerful, not the most iconic, not the funniest, the most honest. Frank Grimes, or Grimey as he liked to be called, was abandoned at the age of 4. No school, no childhood, just work.
I can't stand it any longer. This whole plant is insane! Insane, I tell you!
Delivery boy at 8, night jobs during his teenage years. At 18, he was caught in an explosion in a grain silo, spent a year in the hospital recovering. Then, he studied nuclear physics through correspondence courses. While holding down 2 jobs, while living in a tiny apartment sandwiched between a bowling alley upstairs and a bowling alley downstairs. He called it home. He did everything right. Absolutely everything. Every sacrifice, every long night, every decision. And then he walked into the Springfield nuclear power plant and sat down next to Homer Simpson. Homer, who has 0 qualifications, 0 discipline, and 0 awareness, who has nearly destroyed Springfield multiple times, who fell asleep at the control panel during a nuclear crisis, who, defying all logic and physics, has kept this job for over 30 years. Homer lives in a house, has a family that loves him, gets away with everything, is completely and explicitly loved. Frank Grimes watches this for exactly 1 week before something snaps inside him. He starts imitating Homer, stumbles through the power plant, ignores safety signs, announces that he's going home to his mansion to eat lobster for dinner.
Work hard every day of my life, and what do I have to show for it? This briefcase and this haircut. And what do you have to show for your lifetime of sloth and ignorance?
What?
Everything!
He grabs 2 live cables without gloves because Homer never uses gloves, and Homer always survives. Frank Grimes doesn't, and he's learned that being like Homer could be deadly. At his funeral, Homer falls asleep in the front row, starts drooling and muttering, "Change the channel, Marge." Everyone laughs. That's the end.
Change the channel, Marge!
Frank Grimes spent his whole life doing everything right. He worked hard for everything, he followed every rule, and the world didn't just ignore him, it destroyed him because he was normal. There's no tier for Frank Grimes. Every tier we've created was meant for people Springfield rewarded. Frank Grimes is for everyone Springfield forgot. The Grimes tier, God tier. For those who were there, who did the work, who followed every rule, and watched as the world handed it all to someone who wasn't even paying attention. God tier. Frank Grimes did everything right his whole life, and nobody noticed. Don't be like Springfield. If this video meant something to you, click subscribe, leave a comment, Tell me who in your life belongs in the Grimes tier, because some characters don't get the recognition they deserve, and neither do some channels. Until next time.